Okay, it's recording now. Hold on.
Well, hello.
Hi.
I'm trying to pull up one of the group pictures of our big event, our big purple shirt picture, so that I can not forget all the people.
Oh, yeah.
Because there were so many experiences and moments with so many people. So let's talk about it a little bit. Do you have a plan, like what you want to say? Because I haven't really thought too much about it.
No. Well, first off, for people that don't know what the fuck we're talking about, we did our very first Stardust event out in Pahrump, Nevada, at a house in the middle of buttfuck nowhere in the desert. And it was
really
amazing.
was.
It was amazing. People got lost at first, but I mean, I have the house pretty much memorized where it's at now. Kept going
We
back
can
and
find
forth.
it easy now, huh? We don't even need the purple strings, the ribbons, and that's good because at one point I had Andre pull over so I can untie one because I needed a belt. My pants kept falling off, so I wore that thing for the rest of the weekend. But that was a crazy place. We had a bunch of girl power, a bunch of girls rented an RV, and they're going off-roading in that big RV to get themselves out to that buttfuck nowhere house.
Buttfuck nowhere.
It was so cool. What was your favorite moment? What do you think?
Oh, by far my favorite moment was when I saw Sam's head.
I bet. Now, was that over by the tree, you mean? Or
No.
by your hat, by the window?
For people that don't know, Sunday night was a big night for both of us. I sat out on a blanket out in the desert, and I was shining my light for him, and he would come closer. He got about a half mile away from me, and I could see the outline of his body, and their suits, they shine really bright.
Oh, my gosh.
And I could see the outline of his shoulders and, like, his neck from behind this tree. And I wasn't scared. I wanted to go out there closer, but my fear of rattlesnakes overtook me, and I chickened out. But when I came back inside and I was talking to him on the pendulum, I was wanting him to come closer, and I wanted him to knock on the door. But to them, knocking on the door is too hard on their hands. So what he did was he used his fingernails to tap on the window. So it was like, I don't know, can you hear that?
Yeah.
It was like that. It was just like that. And I knew he was right there, and I was kind of...
Your heart, huh?
Yeah, my heart was pounding so fast, and I was like, oh my god, if I look, he's going to be right fucking there. And he did, and he was, but I didn't see his face because, you know, when you have, like, the light on inside and
He
it's
was
dark.
backlit.
Yeah, and it's dark outside. You don't see, like, people's facial features. You just see the outline. And that was what it was like. And
silhouette.
At
you get a...
Huh?
Sorry, keep going.
So at first I thought...
Well, okay, I'll go. Skype is like that. I'm sorry. Okay, at first what? Go.
I thought maybe, I don't know, maybe I was seeing things. I was making things up, you know. But then it moved slightly, the head, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm not making it up. Then I got scared. I know he would never hurt me, and I know this. I feel it in my heart, but you can't, it's hard to explain unless you've experienced it. You can't not feel that first initial fear. It's impossible unless you have complete, utter control over your body and how it responds to stimuli, which is, like, impossible for anyone to do unless you're, like, a Buddhist monk who, like, meditates every fucking day, you know?
Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking right now that just any kind of, like, I mean, that would be intense, seeing your alien. I mean, it just is. But just think about going to do, like, a public speech. You know you're going to be safe. But the amount of anxiety and, you know, all that other stuff, you can't shut that shit down. No. It's there. Yeah. You can still go out there and do it, but that response is still there.
Yeah.
So did you get a sense of, like, his size at all? I mean, or was it just so,
oh my God,
a vague
he's fucking
shape?
tall. He's fucking tall and skinny. And his head isn't shaped how I thought it would be. Like, not that the people who drew him aren't good at it. It's just so different in person. It is so fucking different.
What is it?
I don't know.
Do an outline.
Explain
like
it.
A triangle.
Sam saying, "Am I ugly?" He's like, no. Yeah, your black silhouette was very disgusting. I'm very repulsed.
Must look away.
I don't know. It's just not what I was expecting. It's not human shaped. I don't know how to explain it. How do you know something's not human shaped? I don't know how to explain it. You just know when you're looking at it, your instincts in your head. It's not even like you, it's your animal instincts, what comes with your body. It's like that thing's not human. And you just know. It's weird. It's a weird. People are always.
Well, we're not really faced with that circumstance very often. We can't. You know,
right? You're not out in the wild.
I was out in the jungle last week and the tiger was at my back. I can't describe that to you because it happened. So yeah, you can't describe things.
It's hard, and people. It's really frustrating because people just make it seem like it would be so easy, and they kind of like. It's not that they're being mean, but they always say, "Well, why can't you just not be afraid? You know he loves you. Why are you afraid? Why can't you just like think about how much he loves you?" I'm like, don't you think I do that? I do that.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. Of course, we tell ourselves all of these things.
And somebody who at the event who knows a lot about like our anatomy and our biology and stuff said something about how it's ingrained in our brain. It's not part of our soul, but it's part of our human body that keeps us protected and safe. And other animals on our planet have this too. They know what is not from here. You just instinctively know. And even though you may know that being, you still have that animalistic...
that primal...
Yeah, that primal...
knowing.
Yeah, that primal instinct. It's the primal knowing. That's why, the wild bunny rabbits that are out there, if there's a human nearby and there's a sarsar nearby, they will run away from the sarsar and cuddle around the human.
Interesting.
So, because the bunny knows. It's a primal instinct, and the same thing with us. We're not used to coming in contact with extraterrestrial beings. We're just, it's not something we're accustomed to yet. And because of that, you automatically get afraid even though you know damn good and well this person's not going to hurt you. It's the fight or flight mode kicks in, and you can't stop that from happening. No matter how hard you fucking try, you can't stop it from starting, but you can work on controlling it.
Next time we talk to Spirit, maybe we can get some pointers on what to do and how to overcome that stuff.
Yes.
Because we are highly motivated.
Yes. Sam and I are going to work on it tomorrow night.
Oh, good.
He's coming to my house, and it's going to be the first time that we're going to do this without controls. And it's going to be, I'm excited and a bit nervous. I'm nervous only because I'm afraid I'll get scared because I don't want to.
You don't want to get scared. Yes, I get it. I'm excited for you because I want that in the worst way too. And at the same time, I think, be careful what you wish for, but I want that.
Yeah.
I want to be able to be aware. Oof, how exciting. Okay, I have two favorite moments of the weekend. Clearly, the highlight of my time was meeting Avery. And you just, you just transform. You're not you anymore. You're whoever you're channeling. So even though on the outside it looked like I was all loving on Hermione, it's him. And he was so sweet. He was so romantic. He really made me feel like his special girl. It was really nice. Not very often do girls get to have that kind of experience. So that was really special. He was tangible. I squeezed him. He interacted with people. I got to show off. I loved that. But what I really loved the most, that really was a special time. I'm going to keep that in my heart forever and ever. But it was Friday night with the teacher.
Oh.
That was so cool. And I didn't really know what she wanted. It just wasn't made clear to me. I knew that she was feeling shy and she didn't want people staring at her. But I didn't know that, I didn't know what she wanted to do at first. And what she didn't want was a forum around her answering questions in the front of the class. That's not what she wanted. She wanted us to just carry on as usual, and she wanted to be at the party. So once we figured that out, we're all walking around and intermingling, and she wanted to try the human foods. And I loved that. She was so adventurous. She's like, I want to try meat. That was funny. She didn't like any of the meat, but what she did, she did like we gave her 2 kinds of chocolate. We gave her milk chocolate that had caramel in it, and she was okay with that, but she liked the dark chocolate. Oh. And then she wanted to try soda, but I'm like hooked on those ice things. To me, that's a soda. So I gave her one of those. And she's like, no, I want a soda. So we cracked open a Coke, and she hated it. She went back over to the ice. She was chugging that thing, and I got such a giggle when she experienced her first belch.
Well, like,
she just let that rip.
A first burp ever. A first burp. That's hilarious. Because they don't burp. And, you know.
Right. She goes, oh, was that bad? She was so cute. She was so sweet and charming. I love her.
Oh, that's cute. Okay. I wish I could have spoken to her. I mean, it was really... I like her. And she's considered like someone of a high social status in her society because of who her father is. But... that's not reason why I like her so much. I just like her because she's fucking awesome. And
she was down to earth and sweet. She wasn't like, the reputation of being the teacher. She was just a girl. She was a mom and a girl. It was really cool. Avery said, oh yeah, she's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's awesome. And I love the fact that she trusted me with that. Uh-huh. Because I want to be best friends with her. I don't know. I feel that way. Like, I feel like we could be BFF Pharrells or something.
Yeah, I can see that. She's sweet enough. I get that. Okay, will Sam share a favorite moment? Does he have one?
He says yes, with me. I almost said my real name out loud because he still calls me that. What... Okay. He said anytime I got to meet her was my favorite.
Yes. Oh.
He said I don't see her very often in the physical. And he said it's hard. It's hard on him.
It's hard on you too, because you really came home like withdrawing from him. You were so missing him.
He hasn't left me, like left my side, except when I'm asleep, and then that's when he gets his work done. But he meditates all fucking day, and he said sometimes he gets shit for it from people because he's always just gone. And I'm like, what do you expect him to do? I
know. Oh, I would do that too. I'd meditate all the time if I can connect like that. Is Avery there?
Sam says he can bring him.
Okay. That's so trippy. Is he sleeping? How do you bring him? How do you do that?
I don't know. Is he meditating? Okay. Sam says give him a moment.
Okay. Well, he's fetching the boy.
Well, no, give Avery a moment. Sam came back. He let him know.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to talk. My next, I just wrote out my big Avery story time, and next on my list was my gratitude story. But I might be able to skip it if I get some words out here.
Yeah.
And I just want to thank everybody, because this really felt like, you and I got the ball rolling. We found the place, and, we started it, but it really became a group effort. And I'm going to look at the picture and just go through the names, and I'm going to start right off with Dave and Brenda, because they're the ones that got the T-shirts and the mugs together, and they donated all of the profits from both of those to Stardust, and I appreciate that so much. And were they not like the best couple? They were so funny with each other, and they were so sweet and so loving, and they'd crack me up. They were inappropriate in the right ways, because I love inappropriate. They were just so funny and loving, and I really fell in love with both of them.
I like them too.
Would you? Yeah.
Yeah. When you said best couple, I'm like, okay, there's other couples there. Let's not start a competition.
I know. I'm not done yet. I have lots of favorites. That's just the way I am.
Yeah, okay.
There's just
but I really am thankful for them. I know maybe I don't voice it enough, but because I feel like you voiced your gratitude way more than I do, so it makes me feel like, did I even say thank you? Did I say thank you? I'm pretty sure I did. But I'm not good with words, verbally.
I know. She's not, because I write her these like really loving love letters, and she's like, "Thank you, I love you too."
Yeah, I don't know how to do that, you know?
Right.
But know that in my own weird way, I am thankful to literally everybody who went, because everybody, you didn't even have to bring anything. All you had to do was bring yourself. And you helped cater to that event and its energy and where I went and how it would go. And it was, like you said, a group effort. Just because we bought the venue doesn't mean that we're necessarily in charge. Kind of were, but really what I like is...
I mean, I was glad to have other people jump on board. We needed it too. And Sarah, Sarah really, I brought her with intentions to help us, but she had to pick up those damn feathers and broke her back. So everybody chipped in. Tracy was great with, doing kitchen. I wasn't even there. I'm just assuming it was Tracy, because I went and
she did most of it. And then I woke up and I was like, what the hell? And I'm like, I felt so bad, because I was like, dude, I'm supposed to do this. You paid to be here. And
I know, but people do like to be helpful. So I didn't feel too bad about that. But I'm going to go through my list here. Stacy, she brought us all little books for for souvenirs. I can't remember, just memories to stick in the memories. Yeah, and then we got a book from, was that Angie that brought us the book in the bag? We got a cute little bag. Yeah, cute. And Lisa Dodd made bracelets for everyone. I still got mine. I picked the one with the fidget spinner.
And then Michelle made us our own bracelets.
Michelle?
No.
Yeah, I thought her name was Wendy.
Or Wendy. It was Wendy.
Suzu. Yes, and hers were actually, they were custom. And the reason she made us some. She also made one for Allison, and that she said that I watch you on these shows, and I've learned your personality, so I've chosen each stone to fit your personality. So I thought that was really
bad.
Sweet.
I got the wrong person.
Well, the names, she's not getting any of them right. She's mixing them. She's calling people Katie. But Angie lives in Katy. She's just all mixed up. It happens. Yeah. And plus half the people, they don't, their pictures don't match their,
their profile.
Who's the other? Heather is a cat, a stoner cat. So they don't match. So Heather brought me some good presents too. Thanks, Heather. And then we had, and Lise. Fucking Lee, she goes, you know what, you need to have my ring. I don't even know if you know this, but she pulled her ring right off of her finger and put it on mine, and then she thought for a nanosecond and pulled out her earrings and put them and gave them to me too, because they were a matching set. I scored so much bling. I love it. I'm so appreciative of these treasures. And Lise, I said, I'll see you back at the hotel room, and then I didn't, because I left. And I know that she's sad to not give me that hug. So Lise, here's a big hug for you and Andre and Reno. So thank you for coming. And then everybody, I got to stare just for a sec. And then Mina, and I was so touched by people I didn't even know. Mina's husband caught me in the kitchen when I was, doing kitchen-y shit. And he started telling me how much the videos meant to him. And there's, it's so special when strangers come up to you and tell you how that you've changed their lives. I got that all weekend long, and I know you did too. I know you got pulled aside, and, people pouring their hearts out to you and thanking you. And so this is kind of our turn, or at least mine, since I'm doing all the talking, to turn around and thank you guys right back. Because I said this to somebody. I know that, I at least 1,000 people a week watch my videos, and I know that I make an impression on them. But when I get the messages, the personal messages of how they changed you, that touches me so much. So thank you, everybody, for all that. And just everybody helped. Danny with the logo. And then Leilani was so sweet. She was nervous to get up there and try her channeling, and I just felt for her. I don't know if she was nervous or emotional or both, but it came through as tears. I can appreciate that. And then who else? And fucking Alexa. I keep calling her Alexa. It's Alexis. How much did you love Alexis?
I
so
love
funny.
Alexis.
And I want to tell the story of Alexis because, some people met us at that container park. And Alexis is clearly a guy, but that day Alexis was a girl. And she had her cat ears on. And that was it. I was, okay, you're in. You got the cat ears on. But the rest of the weekend, she stayed Alexis to me. And even when she was, duded out, I was like, Alexis, where are you? I need her. And I didn't need Alexis. So I just loved everybody there. And Pam. And Oh, and there's kids there. We had kids there that were hanging tough, and Jane brought her caramels, and who else? There's just so many names, and I know I'm leaving people out, but it was just such a fantastic week. And I know people that went there are going to be watching me say this stuff, and they're going to say, when I say that they become family, they're not in their heads. I know it. This is our extended soul family, part of our galactic family too.
Yeah.
Because we already know how we're connected. You know, we know that we signed up for this plan through our oversoul. So everybody else did too. This is not an accident. Somewhere out there, we are all extended family, and we recognize this. We feel this love.
I really liked. I'm not good at my words with like verbalizing how I feel, because I don't know. But I genuinely loved everyone who was there, and even if I didn't talk to you very often, you know, I'm very quiet and shy. I keep to myself. And sometimes some people thought that came off that I was a nervous wreck. And I was a little bit, but mainly I'm just a shy, quiet person. And I didn't want people thinking that, I don't know, that I didn't want to talk to them.
Right.
I'm just different. And how I show my love is, I don't know how I show it. I do things to people, I guess. But
you fuck with them. You're sarcastic to them.
Yeah, if I joke around with you,
they don't know.
Yeah, if I joke around with you, that means I like you a lot.
Right.
So, but I really loved everybody who was there. Each individual person was very important to me, and I do feel they are part of my family now.
Yeah. So next October, the next one's a family reunion.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
I mean, and I don't want to discourage anyone who didn't go to this one to not go to the others just because they're like, oh, well, I'm not part of the family. I'm like, yes, you are. We just didn't get to meet
the family
you
just
in person.
keeps growing.
Yes.
It just keeps growing. So, you know what? Not everybody can go to everyone. So we're going to get a chunk of people from the last one, but we're going to get a whole new batch too and create new connections. I know this through experience because I do this stuff with Shiny. And that's just what happens. And it just grows and grows and grows. And then they have these little places, you know, little pods of Shiny everywhere. So you Stardusters can do the same thing. You know, you find people in your area and you go and have your cocktails or your pizza or whatever it's going to be, and you hang out and do your
Talk about
mini of it. That's right. Call them in. Get your pendies and your Shiny Divinies with Stardust and Shiny Divinies.
And Sam, I'm feeling his gratitude too. I'm feeling it towards everyone else. He's what's that word? He's honored to be a part of all of this. And
yeah.
What are you saying? He's not saying much, but I'll translate the feeling for him.
Okay.
It's a big deal for him and his people for this whole thing to exist, even though not all of the stars are on board. It's a huge step in the right direction, because a lot of the times people think disclosure is going to be this grand event where a spaceship comes from the sky and they put it all over the news, or like our government goes up on, you know, does a press conference and says we've been working.
It's the news. We're having the disclosure tonight, so tune in at 10 o'clock on Channel 13.
Yeah. No, that's not how it's going to be. It's going to be a slow go disclosure, and it's currently happening. It has been happening for years, and it's currently happening right now. It's like, you know, a boiling pot of water. And
exactly. And we talked about this a little bit, and what we came up with was that when we talked to future you, this was your thoughts, and I was like, exactly. So whatever you were saying is exactly how I felt. And when she said that there's not going to be a disclosure, it's because there's not going to be that switched flipped. It's going to be gradual, and we're not even going to care about it because it's so, you know, it's seeping in. I mean, it already is. I mean, how many people do you are like kind of fear to tell somebody that, you know, you have a belief in aliens, and then they'll jump in with their own story. Whatever it is. So everybody, not everybody, but many, many people already knows it's there.
Right.
Without the big disclosure. And that's how it's going to be. Everybody's just going to slowly trickle into that awareness.
That's exactly how it's going to be. There's not going to be this grand event. And I think this is, for me personally, and I hope Sam feels the same way, is that contact with other extraterrestrial species, for me at least, because I have contact with like 5 others, it's not like with the Sarsar. With them, with the others, it's more formal. It's less tangible. It's more like they come suck you up into the sky, they take you on their spaceship, probably part of a hybrid program or something, and then they bring you back down and you hardly remember a thing. But,
right. It's almost like it's all for them. They're studying or they want to learn, but this is a true interaction.
Yes, and it's not, with the Sarsar, there's no hybrid program, there's no abductions, even if you have contact with Pleiadians or whatever, that's not abduction. You know, you gladly go with them, but it's not like the Sarsar take you anywhere. They ask you your permission first and all that, and they don't care if it's like, well, with Pleiadians, with different species, it's probably like a soul contract that they know about, but the Sarsar still ask your permission regardless. And it's just developing a relationship. And
it's the relationship. It's not just, I'm going to pluck you up and just check shit out. It's a relationship.
They're not using us for any kind of genetic testing. They're not wanting us. It's just pure, they want to build friendships. They want to build a bond. And however that happens, some people end up becoming best friends with some. Some people end up like developing romantic relationships. Whatever relationship forms is something beautiful.
And there are different kinds of relationships. You know, you and I have the romantic ones, but there are friendships. It's so cool. I just love what's happening. It's such a special thing.
You know, there's like, adopted, like, some people have like kind of like motherly vibes with some of them. They feel like, oh, that's like my adopted mom kind of thing. You know, it's about friendships, and that's how we're bridging the gap between humans and other beings from other planets, is through love. And I think that's the best way to do it.
Me too. Why not? Love. Love conquers all. Love is why we're here. We are love. And, you just touched on something, bringing worlds together. I'm going to get feely and teary again about this. I wrote it in my story time. But fuck, when Avery said we couldn't get too frisky because we had some other people with us in the room. And I asked, well, who was in the room? I was in Sarah's hotel room just because it worked out that way. And there were 2 Sarsar women that came to speak with Sarah specifically because one of them has a very sick child that had to be sent to another planet or shipped somewhere for the proper treatment. So they came to ask Sarah how she does grief differently because, she did lose a son and she's trying to, flip that around and rather than mourn the loss of him, recreate a relationship with him. And they were so impressed by her ability to do that. And I am so impressed now that Sarah is working with other dimensions and other species in her work to help people heal from grief. How cool is that this Stardust event even helped facilitate that kind of healing? Yeah. I love that so much.
It's beautiful.
It's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I want to ask Sam. He said that it's helping the Sarsar people too. Sam, is there like a specific can you elaborate on what this event did for your people? Did any of them, did they spy on it? What they think about it in general?
He's laughing. He told me not to say something. He's joking, saying you can say it. He's like, some of them thought it was stupid. And he's laughing. He's like, don't say that. He can joke. I noticed some people take him seriously. Don't. He can joke. He has sarcasm.
You're growing on him. Just kidding.
He said, no, I've always had this. I've been, Heather hasn't rubbed up on me. Or rubbed off on me. Sorry. Rubbed up on me. Yeah.
She may have done that. I don't know.
He's laughing more. Okay. He said first, people for those that were involved. He's not going to talk about the others who don't want any kind of association.
That, yes.
For those that were involved, it helped bridge a gap that they felt was between them with us. Mm-hmm. He said build a bridge. And he says for us, you feel much more tangible as well. It's the same mutual feeling. He said for the couples, he said that it's a feeling he's giving me. but it's like feeling complete, like a completion with your significant other.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Let's see. There are some that showed up that had no association with anybody who was at the event. They had others who were part of Stardust, but they didn't go to that event, but they still showed up and they walked around the house. And they said they went through their bags. Some people, they went through their stuff, just like because they were curious. He said that being around humans in that close proximity was a big deal for them, because the only other time they've ever had contact with humans that way in such an intimate matter is with, the CIA agents they work with. And only a select few have direct contact with them, like Sam does. So for them, it was a huge deal to be that close.
It's a big novel experience then.
Yeah, and they were just as nervous.
How cool, because we invited them. Oh, I love that. And what kind of things what else did you do besides, peek through our treasures? Was there somebody there the whole time?
So there were a few of us that were always there, posted out in the desert at all times. We always had a few guards who were out there that were on post. He said of 3 of them. There's 3 of them. And they weren't exactly interested in the event itself, he said, which is a good thing because they needed to stay focused.
Yeah. Right.
But they were stationed out there, and they were always there at all times to keep us safe. He said, Sam said he gave the orders to keep us safe while we were there.
Thanks, Sammy. Yeah, they did say that they put some protection around us so we didn't have to worry about critters, even though you still got a little scared of a critter.
Yeah, I know. You're all pixelated for me.
You're frozen for me.
Oh, well.
You're like this.
Okay. Well, at least it's a pretty picture.
How's the audio, though? Is the audio okay?
Yeah, the audio's fine. I think it's just a lot of energy.
It sounds
I don't
okay,
know.
though? We'll keep... I know. I'm going to put my both feet on the floor and try to blast it into the earth. So did Avery ever arrive? I want to hear about his favorite moment.
Okay. Yeah, no, he's been here for a while.
Hi,
okay.
Faith Ann. I didn't think I'd get to talk to you.
He says, hi, Earth Girl.
Hi.
He calls you Earth Girl. So what was your favorite
So what
part?
did you like best?
He says, being with you in the physical. And he's talking about when I... He said his favorite part would be when I trance-channeled him, but he had to hold himself back. His favorite night would have to have been... Which night is that? Is that Friday night? Friday night. I don't know what happened Friday night, but that was his favorite night.
Oh, my.
And he says, you know why it was...
hear about that.
He says, you know why it was his favorite, or something like that.
I can only assume. Damn, I want to remember that stuff. Oh, Avery, that was so nice meeting you and squeezing you like that. I loved it. Thank you.
Said he did too. But he said, but I had Sam breathing down my neck the whole time. Making sure
Sammy J, stop that. Making sure I behaved. All right, well, what else are we going to talk about that weekend?
Well, I do want to say that I want to do it again. At that specific place.
We've already got people paying for it. We're doing it. But you mean out in that desert again, that house? Yeah,
no, that house. I mean, I want to go out there again. I want to make it like a year thing. Dude, this fucking video's quality is absolutely atrocious. But
I know. You're going in and out. We better wrap it up and just see if anything's going to come out of this. It was a good one, too. We had all that gratitude fall out of my mouth. But, yeah, I want to go back to it at the same time of year, too, because the desert is just prettiest in the springtime with all the green and the wildflowers.
Yeah.
All right, what do you think? Should we try to keep going or try to close this up? Because I got just a frozen person. I don't even know how to.
Yeah, we should close it up. Because if I'm frozen, then.
Okay,
yeah.
so this is basically. I know. This is just, a recap, and I want people to get excited for the next one this fall at my house, and then clearly we're going to do it again next spring, I think. Heather's going to go there every year for the rest of her life.
Actually, yeah, I am.
Thanks
I
for
didn't tell you that. But I am. That was me and Sam's plan. When I get over my fear of him, what we're going to do is our tradition's going to be at least once a year, I'm going to go out to that house for a weekend, and it's just going to be us at that house.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Your anniversary weekend.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
All right, Heather, I am going to close this up now. So we'll try another video soon. Thanks, guys, for watching and listening to us gush about what a great weekend it was. I hope you're inspired to come to the next one. We'll see you then.
All right.
Okay. I love you, Sissy.
I love you, too.
Bye. Bye, Sammy. Bye, Avery. I love you. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.